Welcome, guys. I'm doing a another qualifier play-in today. So this is using Bloomburrow sealed. It says these are single game matches using individual timers. So and if you can win 6 games, you get to, you qualify. You have to you keep playing until you reach 2 match losses. Um, So yeah, it seems pretty reasonable. I think I'm going to spend 20,000 gold on this one. Probably have the audio switched out, so I'm just going to turn it up a little bit. I might even have. Okay, that should be working. I think I know what's going on actually. Right. Okay, never mind. No sound, I think. But, figure that out later. Right, we'll look at these rares. I noticed first of all I've got 3 red rares, a couple of black rares. So black red might be good. Um, we'll look at the complicated one first. So Helga Skittish Seer is a legendary frog druid. Blue, green, and white for a 1/3. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value 4 or greater, draw a card, gain 1 life, and put a +1/+1 counter on Helga. You can tap Helga to add X mana of any one colour, where X is Helga's power. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells with mana value 4 or greater, or creature spells with X in their mana cost. So it's probably not a very good card because it's very hard to cast, and it's mainly a mana dork. So it's a really hard to cast mana dork. It also potentially it's really good. It's a bomb it potentially because you can keep drawing cards off it. Um, it could be amazing, but looking at my strongest colors in the rares at least are red and black. So it's a shame it's not red or black. Yeah, could be great in a big creature deck, but we might not play this card. Have a look at 3-Tree City, legendary land. When it enters, choose a creature type. You can tap it for colorless. It's not a tapped land, it comes to play untapped. Pay 2 and tap, choose a color, add an amount of mana of that color equal to the number of creatures you control of the chosen type. Okay, this reminds me of that green land which you can tap for for an amount of green mana equal to the number of creatures you have. It's not quite as good as that, but it's a land that's a bit like that one for tribal decks. Could be pretty good then. You can imagine this in an elf deck being quite good. Unlikely to be good in limited, so probably not going to have enough of the same type of creature. Well, if we've got red black, I've noticed is pretty good with lizards. If we can find a lot of lizards, maybe we could it could make sense. Yeah. We'll look at the white card here. So Jackdaw Savior, 3/1 flying. Bird Cleric for 3. So that's pretty aggressive, first of all. That could just win games if they don't find an answer to it. Whenever Jackdaw Savior or another creature you control with flying dies, return another target creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty nice. So, if the Savior itself dies, you can get a 2-mana creature back from the grave, straight to the battlefield from the graveyard. So that's pretty good. Look at the black cards next. So yeah, I've seen Iridescent Vinelasher, so people are playing black-red lizard decks with this guy already. Has a pretty crazy landfall ability. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent. And you can use the Offspring ability to basically clone the creature when you play it. So when you play it for 3 mana, you get 2 of these guys. So I think I had somebody who had 4 of these against me at one point. I was taking 4 damage every time they played a land. Basically, yeah, a fire blast to the face. So yeah, that seems pretty good. It's direct damage. Seems good. Osteomancer Adept, 2 mana for a 2/2 Death Touch. It's a Squirrel Warlock. You can tap it until end of turn. You may cast creature spells from your graveyard by foraging in addition to paying their other costs. What's foraging? To forage, exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrifice a food. So you've got to... It says until end of turn you can cast creature spells from your graveyard by foraging in addition to paying their other costs. So you could, if you had multiple food counters, you could cast multiple creatures from the graveyard. If you cast a spell this way, that creature enters with a finality counter on it. Seems pretty cool. So yeah, it's basically card advantage, getting to recast something from the graveyard, and also it's a Death Toucher for 2 mana. So that's pretty handy for maybe stopping a big creature or something. We'll look at the red cards here. Emberheart Challenger is 2/2 haste prowess. Mouse Warrior, so he has Valiant. Whenever he becomes target of a spell or ability you control, for the first time each turn, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. So that triggers once a turn, so it's a bit of extra, bit of card advantage. You've got to have spells or abilities that target your own things, which can be tricky in limited. You're not guaranteed to have very much of that in the right colours, so it might just be a 2/2 haste prowess, which is still quite good, I think. Manifold Mouse, 2 mana for a 1/2, but it has Offspring, so you can clone it. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target mouse you control gains your choice of Double Strike or Trample until end of turn. Well, Double Strike and Trample are pretty good. It only targets a mouse, so and it works very well with the Emberheart Challenger because it says spell or ability, so that's an ability that targets. So these go really well together. And of course, if you can pay 4 mana and get 2 copies, you can give one of your mice Double Strike and Trample. We've also got Valley Flamecaller, 3 mana for a 3/3. It's quite good. If a lizard, mouse, otter, or raccoon you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much damage +1. Instead, it does include mice. That's the second option there. So, yeah, pretty cool. The creatures do 1 more damage. Okay, we'll just go through the colours, and I'm going to look for bombs, removal and evasion creatures, and any cheap mana fixing, I think, creature, rabbit, mouse. So Brave Kin duo. Yeah. Pay 1 mana to pump something by +1/+1. Activate and use a sorcery. Yeah, I mean it's fine. The fact that it costs mana is not that great, but there you go. Crumb and Crumb and Get It. Gift of food. So gifting things, you give stuff to your opponent. So that can give. It's a good combat trick. It's +2/+2 and indestructible. Brightblade Stoat is first strike lifelink 2/2. That's pretty good. That is not bad at all. But I think I'll come back to that. If we need cheap creatures in white, we'll come back to that. Feather of Flight. Okay, flash, enchant creature. When it enters, draw a card, and it gives something flying. So it doesn't cost you a card, it gives you evasion on something. I'm going to say that that's probably quite a good card. It's only bad when your opponent kills the target. So it never enters play, and you never actually get the card. You get 2 for 1. But giving something flying is pretty good if it doesn't cost you a card. Mabel's Metal. Another combat trick. Okay. Nettle Guard, Mouse Soldier, 3/1 for 2. And it can get more toughness if it gets targeted. You can sacrifice it to do a disenchant. That's quite nice. Yeah, quite good, but yeah, I think we potentially come back to that. Banishing Light is removal. That's what we're looking for, really. And we've got our Jackdaw, which is a flying creature, so that's evasion, so that's pretty good. Thistledown players, whenever they attack, you untap target non-land permanent, so you can untap a land, maybe play a second spell. So it's kind of it's like a ramp card, but for casting 2 spells in a turn, maybe. And it's 3 mana. It's quite good. I think it's more of a filler card. I think another one we come back to. Anyway, those are the white cards. So just 3 of interest, I think. Blue Splash Portal. You can exile a creature you control, and then return it to the battlefield. If it's bird, frog, otter, or rat, you draw a card. So I guess those are the blue creatures. So that's it's a protection spell, isn't it? Basically, with which may not cost you a card, except it's sorcery speed. It's not a protection card. It's so yeah, it's not very good in that case. It's just for doubling up on your enter the battlefield effects, I suppose. I suppose that's what it's for. Unless I'm misreading this. Yeah, that does not seem good. Run away together. So that bounces 2 things. Its removal, it's probably okay. If you can combine it with a come into play effect, you can get ahead. Thought Shucker. Okay, it is card draw with Threshold. I'm just gonna check it. Yeah. So you need 7 cards in your graveyard, and you can only do it once. I think it's and it's a 1/3 for 2. So it can become a 2/4. It's not too exciting, really. I think it's just too difficult to get that card draw. So I think we'll skip that one. Long River Lurker, 2/3, Frog Scout with Ward 1. Gives other frogs Ward 1. I like that. When it enters, target creature. I like how they've gone from enter the battlefield, so they've just taken it to it just enters now. Saves a lot of card text on the card. Target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Okay, so it gives you an evasion attack, basically. Whenever that creature deals combat damage this turn, you may exile it. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its control. So you can then blink that creature after it deals combat damage. So, yes, I'm going to say that's good. I think it gives you some evasion. What's that Warden? Okay, so that just gets flying if you played a creature this turn. That's really good. Dire Downdraft. Okay, that's just removal, so the creature goes on the top or bottom of their library. Fantastic. Good card. Light Shell Duo. Rat Otter. Surveil for 2 when it enters, and it has prowess. It seems like quite a good creature. I'm not that excited. It's like high grade filler, I think. I'll come back to that. Splash Lasher has offspring. We like that. So you can make a 1/1 clone. When this creature enters, tap up to one target creature and put a stun counter on it. Now that's great. And you can do it. If you have 6 mana, you can stun 2 creatures. That's fantastic. Right. Definitely interested in that. We have Seedpod Squire, which is a white or blue, and it's a 3/3 flyer. And it can pump something for +1/+1. Yeah, it's an evasion creature, so we like those. We add that immediately. I will have a look at all of these, because why not? Tidecaller Mentor is blue-black Rat Wizard. 3/3 Menace. Well, that's immediately really good. Also, it has a threshold effect, which bounces something to its owner's hand. Great. Like that card. Mind Drill Assistant. So blue-black Rat Warlock. 2/5 for 4. And it becomes a 5/5. If you have Threshold. And you can, for 3 mana, you can Surveil 1. I think that's just good filler. Sort of in those long games, that's quite good for just getting those lands off the top of your deck when you've got like loads of mana and nothing to do with it. I think it's just good filler effect, really. Tempest Angler, Otter Wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Tempest Angler. So it's it's a growing threat thing. But not that big of a deal, really. Doesn't have. It's just 3 mana 2/2, and it can get bigger. I'm not too excited about that one. Okay, we have Lily Splash Mentor, blue and green Frog Druid. Has reach. So I always just take reach creatures because flyers decide these games at least half the time. So anything that stops a flyer is pretty good. It also has another ability for 3 mana. Exile another creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. +1/+1 counter. Activate only as a sorcery. Yeah, pretty cool. So you can blink your own stuff. Yeah, that just seems really good. And we have Helga Skittish Seer, who's quite good, I think. Difficult to cast, but quite good. It's potentially a bomb, because if you've got enough big creatures, you just keep casting creatures, drawing cards. Those are the blue cards. Let's look at black. Bone Cache Overseer is a Squirrel Warlock. So the Squirrels are Necromancers in this, okay. And Warlocks. Right. Pay 1 life, draw a card, activate only if 3 or more cards left your graveyard this turn, or if you've sacrificed a food this turn. Well, guess what? That works really well with the Squirrel ability, which is here, called Foraging, which is exiling 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrificing a food. So this rewards you if you've got a forage, if you can consistently forage. Just because you're paying 1 life to draw a card. So that's fantastic if we've got enough foraging cards. But also, it's quite easy to sacrifice the food. You just need to make food. The Osteomancer Adept is fantastic. I think it's got Death Touch. And you can get value from your creatures. I think we, because we have at least 1 forage card, I think maybe that means Bone Cache Overseer is good. So, in fact, no, we'll leave it out until we have 2 or 3. I think we'll leave it out. Iridescent Vinelasher does seem really good because it's just direct damage and it's for 1 mana. Ruthless Negotiation. Eventually, it can get rid of 2 cards and draw you a card. That seems good. It seems like card advantage in a sort of long, grindy game. Yeah, I think that's good. Bonebind Orator. Okay, a 2/2 for 2 that can basically be a Grave Digger when it's in the graveyard. You can pay 4. Except, yeah, it brings a creature card back to your hand. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good filler, I would say. Not that excited to play it. Feed the Cycle. You have to forage or pay 1 black. And it's destroy target creature or planeswalker, so that's obviously fantastic. So, yeah. Fel is sorcery speed, destroy creature, which is fantastic. Savor. Instant speed -2/-2 for 2, and you make a food token. I think that's really good. Black's looking very good for removal. So Starscape Cleric is a 2/1 flying. Can't block. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. That's sort of direct damage, and for 5 mana you get 2 of them. It's great. Diresight. Surveil 2, then draw 2 cards. You lose 2 life. Bit of card draw, so that costs you life points. I think we are going to be a bit. Yeah, we'll leave that for now. We can think about that later. Scales of Shale. Ooh, cheaper if you have lizards. And it's a combat trick. It's +2 power, gets lifelink and indestructible. That's pretty good. That could be a big life swing. Potentially they lose a removal card, potentially they lose a blocker. I think that's a pretty good one. I say we consider this. I don't usually go for combat tricks, but this gives you indestructible and lifelink. That seems really good. Thornplate Intimidator. 4/3 for 4. And when it enters, target opponent loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. Okay, direct damage is quite good. For 7 mana, you get 2 of these, which is pretty brutal. That kind of appeals to me, to be honest. That seems good. But it is a 4 mana card. I think it's still a luxury. We'll come back to that one. Starscape Mentor, Bat Warlock, Flying Vigilance 3/5. That seems very good. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained or lost life this turn, target opponent loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. We've got ways of gaining life, I think, and potentially losing life in my turn. Yeah, I think that guy's pretty good. Yeah, that's the Mind Drill Assistant again. Fireglass Mentor, this is Warlock. 2/1 for 2. Beginning of your second main phase, so that means after the combat phase. If an opponent lost life this turn, exile the top 2 cards of your library, choose one of them. Till the end of turn, you may play that card. Well, that seems like card advantage. I think, yes, that's a good card. Potential card advantage every turn. I mean, can't really argue with that. Squirrel Warlock, Corpseberry Cultivator. Beginning of combat on your turn, you may forage. Whenever you forage, this gets bigger. So it's a growing threat. It's another forage card that goes well with our Bone Cache Overseer. But we don't have that many forage cards. So I think we'll leave this one. I don't think this one's particularly very good. And Bone Cache Overseer is only good if maybe we need 4 or 5 forage cards. So we'll leave it for now. Now red, we're hoping is going to be good, so we can make a red-black deck. Blacksmith's Talent. Okay, for 1 mana, you will get a colorless equipment. It's equipped for 2 mana. It's quite expensive. Right, 3 mana. It becomes level 2. At the beginning of combat on your turn, attach target equipment you control to up to 1 target creature you control. So you get a free equip. So instead of equipping for 2, you pay 3, and you get to equip every turn. At 4 mana during your turn, equip creatures you control have double strike and haste. Now you're talking. So you can attach the equipment to the creature you've just cast, gets haste and double strike. That seems good. Okay, is this good enough to play? Because it's a lot of mana before it does anything. It's sort of, let's see, 8 mana for the double strike and haste effect. Yeah, I think it's alright. It's alright. I think I'm not falling over myself to play this card yet. I'll come back to it. War Squeak. Okay. Target creature can't block this turn. And you can get +1/+1 and haste. Not that exciting. Okay, Emberheart Challenger, yes. So, if I can target this with my own spells or abilities, that gives me card advantage, and then the mouse is a way of targeting the guy with an ability. So that seems good. Gift a tapped fish. So additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card. It lets you draw 2 cards, and you can give a creature +2 power to land a turn. I thought it was extra text. I was trying to scroll for the extra text. There is not. Okay, yeah, so that is the latest version of the discard and draw 2 cards card. It's not bad. We'll come back and use this if we've got lots of prowess in our deck. I think Steampath Charger. Okay, it's 2/1. It does some direct damage when it dies. You can get a couple of them for 4 mana. Direct damage. I think that might just be pretty good. I think we take that one. Take out the trash. 3 damage to creature or planeswalker. And you can discard and draw if you have a raccoon. Yep, 3 damage is really good. Agate Assault. It's 4 damage. Great. Great. Removal spell. This boosts all of our mice. It's also a creature. Yeah, that seems like pretty good value. Alani's Pathmaker. And you get an extra card to land of next turn. So it's card advantage. That's pretty good. Yeah, maybe we might come back to that one. Frilled Sparkshooter. Menace Reach. Now that one's good. It's got evasion, it's got reach as well. And we've got 2 of those. That's very good. That's very reassuring. Teapot Slinger. 4 mana for a menace. Expend 4. You expend 4 as you spend your 4th total mana to cast spells during a turn. Does right, does it trigger itself is the big question. But it's also just quite good anyway. I think it's got evasion, it's got 4 toughness. Grab a Teapot Slinger. Conduct electricity looks like damage. Yes, 6 damage and 2 damage to a token. Good. There's the Tempest Angler again. Veteran Guardmouse, 3/4 for 4. And it can get first strike if you target it with something. And scry for 1. That's quite good. It's quite good. You can think about that one. Green mana things. Sun Shower. Druid. Okay, right, so 0/2 for 1 mana, but it's yeah, can target any creature. So it can be a 1/3. That is a cheap way of targeting your own creatures. So that works really well with the Emberheart Challenger. Green-red might be a good option. Dark Knuckle Boxer. Becomes... oh, right. 3/2 for 2 is pretty good. And Indestructible is pretty good. Yeah, not bad. We'll think about that. Hunter's Talent is green removal. It's like a punch card. You can then give trample. Then it could be a card draw. engine. So that seems very good indeed. Core patch formation. Destroy target creature with flying. Destroy target enchantment, or draw a card and create a food. Yes, I think they've nailed it. I think I'm happy to play this card now because effectively it's got cycling. The previous versions are, destroy creature with flying or enchantment, and then it's often just a dead card when you draw it. We've got 3-tree Rootweaver, Mole Druid, 2 mana Dork, I think is pretty good, and it's mana of any colour as well. That's good. Hazard Root Herbalist, 1/4 for 3. Can give you tokens, Death Touch. So that sort of gives your creatures a bit of trade-up potential. And I'll notice the Druid itself doesn't have to attack. That's quite good, I think. Heaped Harvest, Artifact Food. When it enters and when you sacrifice it, you can search your library for a basic land. Put it onto the battlefield tapped and then shuffle. I love that. Great ramp card. Fantastic. Right, Sticky Tongue Sentinel. 3/3 reach. We like reach. And you return one other target permanent you control to your up to 1. So you don't have to bounce anything, but if it's useful, you can bounce something. Yeah, that seems great. Polywallop. Target creature you control deals damage equal to twice its power to target creature you don't control. So that's a pretty good punch card. So that's good. Rust Shield Rampager. It has sort of semi-evasion. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Pay 6 mana, you get a 1/1 version of it. Yeah. I think that is okay. It's got sort of partial evasion. Hive Spine Wolverine. Elemental Wolverine, 5/4. It's got choices. You can choose 1. Something gets a counter. Oh, it fights target creature token or destroy target artifact or enchantment. That's not bad. Not bad. I think maybe we consider that one. Look at our colourless cards here. Okay, Hidden Grotto. Yeah, that's just a bet. It's just a good land. That lets you surveil and fix your mana. 3-tree City. We might play this. I'll just add it for now. Uncharted Haven is mana fixing, so that's not bad. Heirloom Epic for 1 mana. Tap and pay 4, draw a card. For each mana in this ability's activation cost, you may tap an untapped creature you control rather than pay that mana. Activate only as a sorcery. So it is a tome, basically. Yeah. Sometimes tomes are very, very good. Well, I think we want to consider that at the very least. 3-tree Mascot. Shapeshifter. Oh, adds 1 mana of any colour, so that's more mana fixing. That's good. Already seen all of these. Okay, these are our selections. Yeah, looks like white, not too strong. 9 cards in blue. black, red, and green are all strong. So I think we can cut white and blue straight away. Unless there's something amazing in blue, but there is the blue 4-drop. It's quite good. And there's Helga's Skittish Seer. I don't think we're playing Helga. Tidecaller Mentor is pretty good. I wonder if we can splash for the Lily Splash Mentor. That's definitely pretty good. Starscape Mentor is pretty good. Yeah, it's maybe worth splashing for. We'll drop it for now. No, we'll drop it for now. If we decide to play green, then we've got more ways of fixing our mana. Then we can maybe splash another colour. Drop Heirloom Relic for the moment. And then we're just 6 cards off a deck. Look at the what we've left out. Got 14 2-drops already. Right, I'm just going to have to, I think I'll just have to call this end of part 1 and have a bit of a think about this. So, yeah, thanks for watching so far. And welcome back, guys. So, I've finished the deck, so, yeah, we're going black, red. Just decided there's just more removal spells in black, red. Green's not bad at all, though. I think it's got a couple of removal. It's got a couple of these reach creatures, as well as some ramp. So it's green is not bad. But black, red just seemed a little bit stronger. There aren't any really impressive big creatures in green. We've got Hivespine Wolverine, but it's not that impressive. I've decided to go down to 16 land just because we've got a relatively low mana curve. We've got quite a few 2-drops. We've got 6 4-drops, so that might be an issue. Might struggle to play them. I have included both card draw spells, so I've got Diresight and Sazacap's Brew. So the idea is this is a safety valve to help me draw into more land if I need it. Yeah, to get to 4 land is kind of the crucial amount for the end game things. I wasn't sure if I should include both Thornplate Intimidators, but I've managed to include both of them. It seems like quite a good card. I think it's definitely worth having two. Frilled Sparkshooters are really good because they're menace and reach. Teapot Slinger's direct damage, so that's good. I decided I need the Veteran Guardmouse because that's my third mouse in the deck, and so it goes with Manifold Mouse. Can only target other mice, so um, it seemed to make sense to have as many mice as I could fit in the deck, with the Emberheart Challenger as well. So, but otherwise we're relatively low on creatures. We've got 14 creatures because we've got more removal spells in the deck and card draw spells. That seemed to be the thing to do. I think I'd rather have a good removal spell than another creature most of the time. I don't know how good Savor is going to be, but it's only -2 toughness, but it might be alright. And yeah, Ruthless Negotiation seems good, so we've got that. And of course we do have a prowess creature in the deck, so spells kind of make a little bit more sense. I think it's only the one prowess creature, but yeah. We've also got, I think mice get bonuses when you target them with spells. So we've got Scales of Shale. Also the Sazacap's Brew can target. So there's a small bit of synergy there. But not a huge amount of synergy. But mainly just gone for good stuff. Things that have got creatures with evasion and a bunch of removal spells. So I've only got just over 3 hours left. Luckily, we're pretty sure this isn't best of 3, right? It's a single game matches. So we will get started. The other thing is I'm using a slightly dodgy rare land. We drew 4 land. Well, we've got a 2-drop, we've got 4-drop, and we've got 5-drop. Okay, we'll keep this. First. Okay. We drew a 5th land, so at least we can play our Conduct Electricity on curve. Okay, 1/2 Rabbit Warrior. Oh, it becomes a 3/2 when it attacks if you have a token. It's not that hard to get a token. Okay, Emberheart Challenger. It has haste. Prowess. And it's a 2/2. So, see if he's got a giant growth or something, but should be alright. Yeah. I might just turn the volume down a little bit. That's a bit loud. With top lookout has reach, funnily enough. Frog Scout, and he puts a land directly into it. Doesn't have a token yet, which is very good for us. Frilled Sparkshooter. Oh yes, we want my opponent to lose life this turn. So I think he's going to trade off with a Starscape Cleric, I would get. And we'll have a Sparkshooter. 4/4. Reach. double strike and vigilance. So that's going to hit me for 2. Well, so we feel like he's got something. So no blocks. Right, we have our 5 mana, we have our big, yeah, it's definitely an instant speed spell. And I think we attack with both things. So the only issue here is... my Challenger's going to die if I don't cast my spell. I'm going to... let's conduct electricity on the Warren Guard and submit 0. And we'll see what kind of thing he's got, I suppose. Presumably some kind of pump spell. Sonar Strike. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a removal spell. 4 damage, target attack and block attack creature. Gain 3 life if you control a bat. Okay. And that one is an instant that costs 2. Oh, he's got the 3/3 reach. Nice. I feel like I wasted that group spell. I think I was hoping he would use a combat trick and I'd be able to kill him. Well, I should have. Yeah. Okay. I should have not attacked with the Challenger. Okay. I'm just checking the timer here. We do have a generous half hour for just one game. Well, I've drawn my really cool combat trick. So he's got a 4/3. He's got a 3/3. I'm going to attack, see what happens. Probably knows something is up. I will. If he double blocks, I'll only be able to kill one of them actually. You know what? If I played my lizard first, I could have cast that as well. But now if I cast the Scales of Shale, I won't be able to cast my lizard. That's the way it goes. Oh, I completely forgot there's an ability on that that lets me draw cards, and I just lose that card because I already played my land this time. Well, I'm gonna have to learn how this card works. I kind of forgot there was an extra paragraph of text on there. Okay, Warren War Leader. Oh god. Oh well. That's obviously the thing I should have killed. Right, sure, so we just lost then. So, oh, that's because he's got 2 of them, he got 2 rabbits, of course. That makes sense. And they can pump his entire team. +2/+2. Ah, that's fun. Okay, and all I've got is a Frilled Sparkshooter. Alright. We've both drawn 6 land. just managed to create something with a lot of value. So yeah, we're very, very dead, I think. Yeah, just a 6/5, couple of 3/3s. So we can trade 2 creatures for 1. Doesn't seem like a good deal at all. Or we could just take 12 damage. That's, yeah, my removal spell is looking worse and worse. I conduct electricity. I could have killed the War Leader and the token with that. Got a little bit carried away. Rust Shield Rampager. It's just a common raccoon. Oh, a foul. Destroy target creature. Wow, that seems good. No attacks. Enter. Oh, it's sorcery speed, of course. Haha. We'd lost anyway. I thought I better check. Yeah, that's sorcery speed. Of course it is. I mean, it's far too powerful. These kinds of spells are always have some limitation on it. They wouldn't just print that and make it an instant. But so never mind. Let's see. I wonder if we can... No, there's no way we can actually survive. Oops. And I guess the combat trick isn't looking too good either. Try and remember to save removal for the bombs, not a 1/2 creature. Well, yeah, I was using it so I'd get a prowess trigger. Of course, that's right. Oh well, we're it might be a quick one today. Got to learn my cards quickly. That's the thing. Well, we do have a really powerful card on turn 1, Iridescent Vinelasher. So we definitely want to keep that. Now we've got the controversial rare land, which might not be a very good idea. The idea, well, yeah, it's at the moment it's stopping me. It's means I don't have red mana. If that was a mountain, I'd have red mana by now. That is life gain. Okay. We are going lizard with this. We've learnt what that does. It's sorcery speed. We've also learnt we don't want to use our removal too early. So I think we just do nothing this turn. Free Tree City, we can make 1 red mana, I suppose, if we tap all of our mana next turn, which isn't enough to do anything. So I think it's a quick one. I don't think this is a winning hand. I think we just, assuming we don't draw a mountain, we just lost this game, I think. He's managed to hit all 3 of his colours. Okay. Yeah, I had doubts about playing this rare land. This is the thing I was going to mention beforehand. Of course, it's sort of the crucial game, and it's the land I draw instead of a mountain. And I don't mulligan either, because I got a turn 1 Vine Slasher. But there you go. Starlit Soothsayer, 2/2 flying. Okay, that's probably worth a removal spell, I would suggest. It's going to help him this turn to surveil. He's got value out of this already. Turn. Wow. Okay, drew a mountain. Incredible. We could attack and use Scales of Shale instead if he blocks. Might be good. I'm not being able to block with this anyway, so. Through. Oh, we fell. Fire. Okay, something. Another flyer. 2 flyers in a row, and he's got a little friend. Yeah, that's a rare card. Funnily enough. Beginning of the upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. You lose life to its mana value. So, you do not have a choice about that, is what you're saying. And you've got 2 of those effects. This is either going to go really well for him or really badly. I'm just gonna hold back. Let's do a Frilled Sparkshooter. No attacks. So you're gonna take how much damage? 3 damage, and you got a land. Oh, you drew a mythic. Wow, you can sacrifice tokens to draw cards. That seems good. Creatures. I see, so yeah, that seems pretty fantastic. He's got all this life gain coming in to pay for his cards, I suppose. I might do Diresight here because I really need a land. Yeah, I can't kill this thing. So yeah, that's gonna give him advantage. Let's do Diresight. Oh god. Well, I don't have mice. Potentially we just try and block the infamous Cruel Claw. Don't worry about the rest of it. No attacks, enter. see, he gets on land. He gets another land. No damage, just pure advantage. He's got 3 mana left. So if he's got, he might have instant speed removal or a combat trick of his own. He's got menace. I've got to block with both, so I'm guaranteed to lose something. Right, so the risk here, if I try and save the Sparkshooter, he might have an instant response that kills it, and then I don't even kill Cruel Claw, and I lose my Vine Slasher as well. Or I could accept I've lost the Sparkshooter and protect the Vine Slasher. And then at worst, I'm trading off. I think the trouble is I need a big win here because I'm so far behind, so I'll just protect the Sparkshooter. But he's drawing so many cards. Probably, I think he might have something. But it resolved. He had 6 life. I killed his Mythic, so that's pretty good. He's doing Diresight as well, drawing even more cards. Okay. Do we just let him draw himself to death? Is a good question. He's done it with point damage. I think we get another 4/4. Got Sazacap Brew if we need it. No attacks. Enter. I didn't really look at the Harvest right host. 3/3. We can pump stuff up basically. Through another land. Oh, that's 5 damage. Except it's a huge, terrifying creature with haste. 5/5, reach, trample, haste. Okay. Okay, another little things. Okay. Down to 18 cards. At some point he's just going to attack with everything. A lot of card advantage in this deck, I must say. Okay, yeah, my turn. I don't want to use Sazacap's Brew. Yeah. Having a few mouse problems, that's why I'm quite slow. My turn. Oh, we have Savor. That gets me a food token. That's pretty good. He didn't attack with the Quake Tusk Ball, which is very interesting. Right, Valley Flamecaller. I don't think I need that. So I could take out the boar and the auger. One of the augers. So I'm not actually doing him damage very quickly. He's probably going to do pretty well. Drawing the cards. And I'm not going to attack. Just get another land with that. Oh, that seems bad. So, I guess sacrificing all three creatures is just great. Sure. So he had basically a board sweeper in his deck as well. Why not? Yeah. Those things bring stuff back. Of course, that's just great. Why not draw 3 cards as well? Seems fair. Yeah, so you can choose the same mode, so you get 5 points. I mean, he's on 13 cards. He may realistically... my best chance of winning is for him to run out of cards, I think. He draws another card. Right. Oh no. Only if he's got a mouse. Right. No, it looks like he did draw a card. Okay, good. Right. Valley Flamecaller, I think. Oh, okay. We're gonna tap the 3-tree city. I like that. I was just reminding myself what that did. Of course, I haven't got any lists in play. So you've drawn another card. I think Sazacap's Brew, discard a mountain, draw 2 cards might be pretty good for me. Maybe hold on to the Savor. Yeah, that's 3 damage. That's a 1/3 flying death touch. Ah. Okay. It's a bat pumper. That is a bat, and that is a bat. So he's got a very strong bat card here. Elemental Insect, 6/6, Menace Death Touch. Great. Loving that. Now, how much removal have I got left? So I've used Fell. I've got one more that can... one more removal spell. But he's literally drawn 11 more cards than me this game. Yeah, so that punts these up. And he's got something else. Of course. Triggers, right, yeah. I think... yeah, let's take out one of these flies. Emberheart Challenger. Nice blocker. We've still got the Sazacap's Brew. Even the fish to something up. And we'll still have enough to sacrifice the food if we can get. There's only one. There's another Phantom Blood Bell. I thought I was doing pretty well for card draw with my having a Sazacap's Brew and a Diresight. I thought, yeah, that's some card draw. Okay, pass to attack. So we actually have a 6/6 that's quite difficult to kill. We could actually kill it. Use both of our eyes. At least we kill a 6/6. That's a good point. We could potentially draw a useful card as well. That's Sazacap's Brew. Give him a fish. Target that player. What? No. No. No, don't target him. I'll target myself with the 2 cards. Target creature. And discard a card. Get something past the ball, no. 2 cards. Okay. Right, pass to blockers. Rally, oh dear. Creatures get +2. And target creature gets first strike, of course. He just has everything. But he's drawn his entire deck, so it makes sense. He will sacrifice a food. I'm dead anyway. Wonderful. That was a quick visit to Bloomburrow. I do not think I will be starting another one of these. I have the gold for it, but I think I don't want to be in the situation where I'm actually doing well and I run out of time. So there might even be another one of these next week as well. I'm not sure, but let's look at the deck. I've had good feelings about this deck. I thought it might be good, but maybe it's just not very good. Certainly, I was I was outclassed in the second game. First game, I seemed to make several bad choices. I should not have attacked with my Emberheart Challenger. because he had the 1/3 double strike to block with. So he just blocks with that, and the onus is on me to cast a spell to pump up my prowess. So I kind of had to cast my Conduct Electricity, and it was just a waste on a 1/2 creature. Yeah, I was killing the 1/3 as well. And then I really missed that Conduct Electricity later when he actually played his bomb out, which was the thing that makes rabbits every time he attacks or pumps his team by +1/+1. That thing was insane. So I'm sort of reacting to the board state and not the potential board state too much when I've got my removal spells. I think, and I realised, of course, Fell is a sorcery, of course, because it's a better version of the black instance that usually costs 2 mana. I should have realised that. Never mind. But seemed like an okay deck, but maybe we didn't get quite enough of synergy, really. There was just a selection of quite good things. I think on a different day it might get a few wins. With maybe game 1 could have been winnable with some different choices if I saw what was coming. Yeah, I was a bit too keen. I was in the aggro mode where you just want to do as much damage as possible every turn, and it means using up your removal rather than like hoarding your removal for you've got to have maybe a different mentality in limited, that it's about taking out their bombs rather than pushing as much damage every turn, because it feels kind of like an aggro deck, but maybe it's not as good an aggro deck as I thought it was. It's only got 14 creatures, I suppose, but there you go. It was an attempt. We had an attempt. I think probably shouldn't include 3 Tree City. I think just put another basic land in. Probably. It's kind of fun if you can get this to work. If get a few lizards out. We've got a couple of lizards that have offspring. So potentially you could get several lizards out, and maybe the 3 Tree City. I mean, you need basically 4 lizards to turn. Three lizards to break even, and 4 lizards to sort of make a profit on the amount of mana you're putting in. It's not a really effective mana fixing thing at all. So I think that was maybe a slightly silly card to put in. It's kind of a bit of a reach to imagine you'll get 4 lizards out. And this is going to help ramp out something. There are much easier ways to ramp things out than 3 Tree City. So that was a mistake, I think. Just put another basic land in. I'd probably go for another swamp, because I've got 2 turn 1 black cards, even though I've got 1 more red card. I felt okay about that deck. I was just a bit disappointing there. I think probably felt like game 1 maybe we misplayed. Definitely felt like we misplayed, but we're also up against quite a strong deck there as well. But game 2, absolutely blown out of the water by a succession of bombs, I would say. Absolutely no chance. Still, I had fun. First look at Bloomburrow for me. Haven't been practicing this one, so that's absolutely fine. I'm happy with that. This is what happens in limited sometimes. Right, I get 500 gems, so that's nice. Right, I think that is a video. For watching.